All right, for this problem, this is from section 3.1, Openstax Calculus. Volume 1. In this problem, what we're going to do is find the slope of the tangent line and then the equation of the tangent line. And this is number 13, where f of x equals x squared plus x and a equals 1. So here we go. All right, I have two choices for the tangent line formula. And one has x approach a, the other has h approach 0. I think the one where x approaches a is easier to work with, so that's the one I'm going to use. So m tangent is limit x approaches a, f of x minus f of a over x minus a. And in this case, as it shows here, a is equal to 1. So I'll replace a by 1. And then f of x is x squared plus x. So I could replace that also at the same time, but I'll do that on the line below. So I have a limit x approaches 1 of x squared plus x minus 1 squared plus 1. And then divide by x minus 1. And the result should be a limit that I think we can do without that much trouble. What happens here is that if you put in x equals 1 in the denominator, we certainly get 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. But putting 1 in the x equals 1 in the numerator also gives 0. Now, because x equals 1 gives 0 in the numerator, that means x minus 1 is a factor of the numerator. And the other factor will be x plus 2, we can see. And that leads to some cancellation. And to save a little space here, or maybe I'll just the right amount, I'll limit of x plus 2. X approaches, and I see I made a mistake there. Okay, it's x approaches 1. X approaches 1, and so then we get 1 plus 2 equals 3. So that is our limit, and that limit is the slope of the tangent line. You could sketch that graph pretty easily and sort of think, oh, okay, does that make sense? Maybe I'll do that later if I'm super motivated. But let's do the tangent line. So the tangent line, we have y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. We're already have proclaimed that m is equal to 3. x1 is this value for a, which is 1. y1 should be f at a, should be f of 1, which is 1 squared plus 1, which is 2. So putting all these things in here, we have y minus 2 equals 3x minus 1. So y minus 2 equals 3x minus 3. So y equals 3x minus 1. You can, I mean, this guy here is a, I don't know if I can do it on the side of the paper, but it's it's obviously a quadratic, and it's a, therefore that makes this a parabola that's facing up. I mean, you can see, well, I mean, I think I can see, but if you set this equal to 0, you'll get the intercepts are 0 and 1. So it's the axis of symmetry would lie right between those. So I think the zeros are 0 and -1, and so the axis of symmetry would be right between them. And if you put in that x equals 1/2, that axis of symmetry, you would see that the 1/2 squared plus 1 is 3/4. So Actually, this is negative 1/2, sorry. So negative 1/2 squared plus 1/2 is uh, a negative 1/4. So anyway, my point is the graph roughly looks like this, and I need to move it over. I think I went down into something that I didn't really need to do, and I'm not showing enough explanation, but I'm just, look at it this way. I'm sketching the graph and showing that the answer that I'm coming up with makes sense. That was sort of the point of this. So, but actually my graph is sort of not very good. What am I doing there? But it's not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad either. I just need to tweak it a little bit. It's like this. This wasn't part of the question to do this. So I just got carried away, but you can sketch the parabola, and that's, so anyway, it makes sense. The thing is, I sketched it so quickly. So when you have y equals x squared plus x, intercepts are found by x squared plus x equals 0. So x plus 1 equals 0. So you get x equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, x equals 0, x equals negative 1. So that's how I got these points. And then the axis of symmetry will lie right in between those. And then, so you get x equals negative 1/2. And you can find that f of negative 1/2 is negative 1/2 squared minus 1/2, which is negative 1/4. So that gives this point negative 1/2, negative 1/4. And anyway, you can sketch the graph by that. So it's totally unnecessary, but I don't know, just done a bunch of pre-calc, and so I know how to sketch the graph, and I can put that in context of what this tangent line is. So, you know, it meets at the point x equals 1 and y equals 2, and it just touches it. So there we go. Okay, so that's just putting in context. But now all that extra stuff was just a little bit me babbling away. But I just decided, well, I can easily sketch a parabola. I can easily sketch a line. Let's do that. And let's just verify that this makes sense. And I think the answer is, yeah, it makes sense. So that sort of tests that this is actually the right answer. Okay, that's all.